the First 1000 Days podcast, the business startup journey with Ivan Sutton.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining me for the First 1000 Day podcast. It's me, Ivan Sutton, and I'm very happy to have Mimi Thrasher on the call today. She is with the Centurion Group. Mimi, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure to be here.
Yes, Mimi, I look forward to this interview. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Centurion Group does?
Well, Centurion does whatever it takes to impact peace on the planet. So in that journey to impact peace, I've discovered that when people have inner peace, the world will have outer peace. So as a solopreneur, I look for ways to support entrepreneurs, other entrepreneurs or small business people with taking things off their plate so they have more peace in their heart and they're interacting with their environment, family, friends, whatever, business colleagues, with more peace in their heart, and the world has more peace all around.
Wow. I bet you a lot of people are looking at their desks right now thinking, man, do I need peace? Listen, so when you first started this business, what prompted you to do this? Were you doing something else and then decided to jump into this? Or was there a problem that you thought, I'm going to solve this problem through this group?
So yes and no. So I was working for corporate. It was about 70 to 80 hours a week. It was a 6-day-a-week job. Monday to Friday was 12-hour days. Saturday was full days. So I really only had Sundays. And it was I was working for an international training and development company. And when they talked about inner work, every time I talked about inner peace as the access to stuff, they said, oh, go to Greenpeace for that. Or, they came back at me with things that were from peace and war. And, once people are at war, you're too late for peace kind of thing. So I realized that I had to find another way to impact peace, specifically inner peace. And that's part of what had me step out. I was fortunate. I had a husband who's now my ex right now. And I said, honey, I'm stopping my job in 3 months. Make sure your business is up and where we need it to be, because mine is going to be starting from the ground.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. It's like, what? Everything's on me? I get you. But looking back, did you make any assumptions about what it's going to be like when you start this business that you were completely wrong about?
Yes. I thought I was going to be doing everything myself. I thought that I knew everything that I needed to know. And it turned out that just because I am at the head of my company doesn't mean I have to do it all myself. In hindsight, I now know that I can work with colleagues or other people and bring them on as my team and harness their strengths where I have weaknesses.
You do a lot of networking, and
Yes.
you meet a lot of people, right? Is that a standard thing that you find with new business people, that they feel like, okay, I can do this all myself. I don't need anybody else. I'm the boss.
Well, I think that they're more focused on bringing their passion out to the world. And they have something so important they want to bring out that they don't really think about everything else. It's like so back here for them that they don't even know it until they've got their feet in the water, so to speak.
Right. Yeah. And what do you think happens to them? I mean, did you ever go through that phase where you came up against a crisis that you just didn't anticipate, that most businesses go through anyway, but you didn't see it because, you came with the passion. Did you ever go through that and think, I think I'm going to give up. I've bitten off more than I can chew?
No. And I'll tell you why. So I never wanted to give up being an entrepreneur because I love making my own schedule. I have no problem working till 10 o'clock at night. If I choose to, because maybe I had a doctor's appointment during the day, or I went grocery shopping, or I spent a couple of hours with my husband, or I went for a 30-minute walk for my health, right? I still get in my 8 hours of work, but it doesn't necessarily have to be between 9 and 5. And I can have more flexibility with it. That
Okay.
is that. So I will never give that up. Now, did I have some hard times where the months were I had more months than I did dollars? Yes, those were very challenging, and it was like, oh, should I get a job? I mean, I've looked when things go like that, the first thing I do is I open up Indeed or LinkedIn or something like that, and I'm looking to see what's out there, even if it's for a temporary time. I say plan B, but I've never actually had to do it because at the same time, I'm looking for clients or I'm talking to people and saying, who do you know, that's double booking or overwhelmed or whatever like that. So there's
So you're
always
going to get into it
traction.
right now. This is a really good spot for you to tell us exactly kind of what you do. So, and who your ideal customer would be.
So my ideal customer is somebody who's overwhelmed, double books, always late. Those are the people that have more to do than they do time. But the challenges for them, I would say potentially for all of humanity, is that we only have 24 hours in a day. Whether you're rich or poor, we all only have 24 hours in a day. So it depends on what you do with that time that determines whether you have the lifestyle that you want, right? So I work with people to take stuff off their plate from an admin perspective because I love administration. I can do a lot of things, but I love doing administration. Take that stuff off their plate so they're free to do what they love, whether it's a passion in business or be with family and friends.
So what? Okay, that and you know what? I mean, if anybody ever has spoken to you before, they know that you're definitely an organized, passionate person. So what
I'm so
prompted you?
organized, I scare myself sometimes.
It scares me because I know if we make plans, you're on it. You know, it's diarized. But Mimi, I have to ask you, what prompted you to put that book together?
Which one?
The one for time management.
So when I was working for the International Training and Development Company, the people in my program, the program was called Team Management and Leadership. And the people in my program kept asking me questions having to do with time management because they realized I was organized and I knew how to manage time. And I kept saying the same things over and over again. And after, I don't know, 2, 3 months of saying the exact same things over and over again, I said, Mimi, there's a book in here somewhere. And
Yeah.
then one of my people, as I was playing with the idea, said, yeah, you could do the top 10 rules for time management. And I went, perfect. And so the whole book has the top 10 rules for time management. So it's very simple. And each rule, you implement them one at a time, and it transforms your relationship to your calendar.
You know, it's such an important book because I sat through the seminar that you did.
Yes.
It's such an important seminar for me that I'm going to put the link to that book to your site on our at the bottom of this video so that people can get access to it because it's brilliant. So I also think about how important is it, especially for an entrepreneur. You know, usually you're by yourself to put a strategy together for efficiency in time management.
It's extraordinarily important because it's very easy to forget to take time out for self-care or to stop. And when I
Mm.
say stop, like I said before, I have no problem working till 10 o'clock, but I do. My body has a problem working till 10 o'clock because I am not going to be going to sleep before 1, 2 o'clock. My mind is still racing, the heart is still pumping, So realistically, you should be stopping by, 7 o'clock ish,
Mhm.
kind of thing. What was the question again? I got lost on myself.
Do you know what? Actually, well, you've led me to another question, right?
Yeah.
There are people out there right now that are just going crazy working. And you see them running around. but it's almost like they don't have a plan. It's almost like they don't diarize things properly, grouping certain tasks together. So they're, you know, I saw a video once where this person was moving things from one side of the office to the next, and he was going back and forth all day, all day, all day. And they were saying, the efficient thing to do would be to do everything that needed to be done over here first, and then go over here and do everything that needed to be done over there and save all that travel time. That's what we do in business a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to answer that in a couple of ways. So one of the most challenging things to do is to, I'm going to say, stop, change, start. So you get to the top of the hour and you have another thing to do, but you haven't finished this one yet. Um, there's a process you can go through, but it is a practice to train yourself in stop, change, start. So it's not automatic. It's not something we're taught. But learning how to stop from one occasion to the other occasion is an important thing to do. The other thing is to be aware of your calendar. And one of the ways you can be aware of what's coming up is look at your next day calendar the night before, or even look at your whole week the week before to see, oh, I have a wedding next week. I need to make sure I have pantyhose or the suits pressed for my husband, or you know, my presentation's ready for my colleagues, or whatever that is. So the preparation gets you in that mindset as well.
Yeah, I find that sometimes when my days are very, very busy, I find that I go from I speed up to the next thing, and then there's overlap, right? Where
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing both at the same time, and then and at the end of the night, I've got all these things on my desk. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually send that email. It's written, but it's not sent. I have to, and then there's another half an hour worth of work I've got to do at the end of the day. So you're saying start, change, start. No, start.
Stop, change, start.
Okay, I knew
So
that. I
let's
was just
say you
testing.
gave yourself an hour to do email, and at the top of the hour, you're supposed to make sales calls, but you haven't finished your email yet. You have a couple of, at 5 to the top of the hour, you have a couple of choices. One is you could reschedule your sales calls and back it up by either an hour or half an hour or whatever, and continue working on what you're working on. Or you could reschedule time to finish that email. But you have to schedule it, not just leave it on your desk, not just say, I'll get to it because it's in front of me and I see it. No, actually put it in your calendar.
Right.
Like your calendar is your best friend, and you're telling your best friend that you are going to be doing this at the end of the day at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Like no kidding. And when you take the time to do those little steps, I know they seem like they're taking more time away from you, but ultimately the productivity will increase because you're actually getting to them.
I see it 100%, Mimi, because I know that I'll see something on my desk, and I will not diary. I won't put it into my calendar, and then I don't remember it again until the next day. It's almost like I'm definitely going to remember it because it's right here. I'd be a fool not to remember it. I don't remember it until the next day. So I hear you 100%. So here's a question. You have people that come to you, and they're hiring you for some admin work. You're going to be their kind of executive assistant, and you're working with them. And then you get to the place where they discover the actual thing that they actually really need you for, that may not have been part of the first conversation that you had. What typically is that thing?
It's different for everybody because everybody has a different weakness.
Hmm. So
It,
everybody has a weakness?
I would say that not everybody, not everybody is strong at everything, number one. But number two, not everybody wants to work on everything. So, for example, a chiropractor probably doesn't want to sit in his office and be doing social media posts or marketing, right? He would rather be with the people and healing them. Just as an example.
Mm.
So he might like be able to do both. He just doesn't want to. And it's harnessing other people's time. So I take my time, harness my time. So he's freed up to do what he loves.
Right. Right. I see a lot of people that because you know I'm in the networking business network
Yes.
space, right? Right. This great scene. Little plug there. Oh, it's over here. Um, but it's funny how in the presentations that we do, people admit to some of the weaknesses that they have when it comes to organization, and they realize that solving that will actually add money in their pocket. So, but they don't want to offload things because we want to hold on to things. It's our business. We don't feel like you're going to get it if we offload things to you. How can we overcome those blocks for us to get help? Because we can't do everything ourselves. We're entrepreneurs. We can't do it ourselves.
No, you can't do everything yourself, and you have to understand that. And the other thing you have to know is nobody will ever do it as good as you do it. And it's accepting that.
Mm,
But if
mm,
you have a really strong assistant, personal assistant, COO, executive assistant, depending where you are in your business, you can train them to think like you. You can train them to know what your likes and dislikes are so that they can do things for you from a proactive perspective, bring it to you, and you just have to approve it. But that takes training, and taking the time to train them will ultimately bring you that peace of mind that you're looking for because you will have duplicated yourself.
okay. All right. So going back to so how long have you been doing the business?
Since 2012.
Since 2012. Okay, so let's go back to 2012 and a half. And you can go back and speak to your 2012 self. What would you tell yourself to just watch out for?
I would say get your team together, create, I wouldn't have called it a mastermind. I would have called it a team of people where you work together. So for me, um, my forte is not marketing per se. I've since done a lot of learning in marketing, but at that particular time, I would have connected with a marketer and probably somebody who was gifted in finances,
Right.
kind of thing. And I would have said, hey, let's create a triad here where we support each other with each other's field of expertise as we all, the three of us, grow together.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, that's what you would tell yourself, because there's something
Yeah,
I want to tell entrepreneurs that they don't want to spend money on the things that are critical for them to
that's
spend
right.
money on, right? how how would you communicate to somebody, because it sounds a little self-serving, right? Because oh, you should spend money on marketing. Well, I'm a marketer, right? You should spend money on an accountant, a good lawyer, whatever it is, those things that you must, those fundamental things for business. What would you say to people to get them to think about that it's okay to spend that money in the right places?
Well, I say always do your research first so you're not wasting your money. To start off with. Get referrals from people who are good and can give you exactly what you want versus pulling somebody just out of the air, kind of thing. But ultimately, you need to invest. And if you don't invest, you will always be over here. And until you start investing, whether it's in a team, whatever the team is, the lawyer, the accountant, the marketer, the whatever, you will always be here because you only have 24 hours in a day. And if you have a team and they each have 24 hours in a day, all of a sudden your business is going to be here. That's
Absolutely.
that's just
Yeah.
the way it's going to go.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
nobody said you have to spend thousands of dollars right off the bat. There are programs or packages. I'm going to use marketing as an example, where you can do a little bit at a time, right?
Mhm.
and do one thing at a time. And once the marketing brings in more funds, then you can maybe get a bigger marketing package or get another team member that you could work with.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Especially, I like the fact that you're saying, listen, if you don't invest in your business, you're going to always be here. And this is a rough place to be. It gets way easier,
Yeah.
right?
And I know in the first, let's call it for the very beginning, you don't have them necessarily the money to invest. But from somebody who's been through it, here's what I'm going to say. No matter how much money you have, put aside 20 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever you can at the end of the month into a special account. And do not spend it. Pretend it doesn't exist and let it build. And let it build until such time as you get to that point where you say, okay, now it's time for me to invest. I can look at my investment account, see how much I have and how much I'm going to invest. And it might be that you invest that money to grow the wealth of it before you invest in the business. But without putting aside even 20 bucks, it adds up. It just adds
Yeah,
up.
for
I
sure, for
take,
sure.
as an example, I take what I get back from the Ontario Trillium or my GST quarterly or anything I get back from the government goes into a savings account for future investment,
Beautiful.
whether it's investment in my business or investment in myself. It is non-spendable money because for me, it's found money. It's found money.
Right,
So
that's right. Okay, so I don't want to go 5 years, but let's say 3 years from now. 3 years from now, what are you doing?
3 years from now will be 2028.
Mhm.
And when you say, what am I going to be doing? Personal business or both?
Business.
Oh, huh. I think I'm going to be doing more of the same, but I would really like to be uh, working with entrepreneurs at a bigger global level. So the entrepreneurs GPS mastermind is something that I'm getting off the ground in the next couple of months. And to
Mhm.
me, a mastermind only has 10 to 12 people in it. But in 3 years from now, I'd like to have several pods. So I'll have several pods of 10 to 12 people for whom I could support, right? And lead them to supporting each other in the way that we just talked about.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. Well, I have no doubt, Mimi, with your energy and your focus, that those pods will be in place for sure, for sure. And I want to thank you for sharing this information with us. And of course, I'll have your information in the on the base of the video that people can go into the comments. All right, so people can find you. Um, so, but I'm not going to let you go
Okay.
until we do uh, our rapid fire questions. So here we go. You know about the rapid fires, right? I'm going to ask you questions about your city, but listen, I know that you're kind of new to the to Burlington. So and where were you before Burlington?
Downtown Toronto.
Downtown Toronto. Oh, well, everything is in downtown Toronto. So we're going to stick to out here. Um, so here we go. So you want to have an excellent steak or vegan dinner. Where do you go?
I go to Avanti, and they are Asian Indian food, but they don't taste so much like Asian or Indian. You could really get delicious tasting, whether it's vegetarian or not. It's fantastic.
Mimi, you sent me the name of that place, and I looked it up, and just the pictures on the site.
I know, eh?
Come on now, that's not right. That's not right. That's unfair. In fact, I'm salivating. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Thank you. Where's your favorite road trip destination in Canada?
My favorite road trip destination in Canada is 2 hours north to not Fergus. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name.
Alora?
It's pardon?
Alora?
No, we have a cabin about 2 hours north of
Oh,
here, and no running water, no electricity, no nothing.
Okay.
And what I love about that property is that I can just walk and be with the trees. I love
Excellent.
trees. I'm a tree lover. Just be with them. Just feel them, feel their vibration. That's my favorite. It's a 2 hour road trip.
Awesome. Okay. The best coffee spot to think, work, or people watch. Where are you going?
My favorite place to people watch happens to be the subway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, either watching them go in or being on the thing. I'm not a coffee drinker and I don't tend to go to places to just sit and do
Hanging
that
out.
thing. So I don't really have a spot.
Okay. All right. Out of town friends are visiting, and you want to impress them about Burlington. Where are you going to take them first?
Burlington Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a beautiful place. The drive from my house to there is about 20 minutes, half an hour, so it becomes like the scenic route. Oh, look over here. Look, this is City Hall. This is that, you
That's
know,
right.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, what do you do to de-stress?
To de-stress,
Hmm.
I stand up, I walk over to my husband, who's retired. I give him a hug and a kiss, and I tell him I love him. And then I walk over to my cat and I cuddle with her. I take a deep breath and I come back upstairs and I'm cool.
I think that everyone that is going to listen to this just got de-stressed just by hearing. So thank you. That was good. All right, hidden gem alert. What's one local place more people should know about?
Well, I would say the botanical gardens.
Yeah, you
Uh,
do.
I don't think a lot of people actually visit it. But in Burlington, we have so many trails and parks that it's a shame that people don't get out and make use out of them as much as they could.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, where have you always wanted to go in Burlington but haven't gone there yet?
A movie theater.
Is there a specific one?
No, but my husband and I have very different taste in movies.
Okay.
And we kind of got together right at COVID. So we've been doing everything from the house. I have not gone to a movie since before COVID.
Wow.
I
Okay.
know.
Wow. Yeah, it's time to go. I hear they've changed. I've not been to a theater. They say that they've got them where they've got couches now. Like I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe that was a rumor. Okay, so what is the most relaxing place to experience? I think we already told me that. So, what do you wish existed in your city? You're from Toronto, right? So, what do you wish existed in Burlington that doesn't exist?
Holt Renfrew.
For sure.
I don't think I've seen a Holt Renfrew in
No,
Burlington.
you got to be downtown. Toronto for
Yeah,
that. No,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. I hear you. Like, oh man, as soon as you said that, I felt so nice because that entire area down there, I miss.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to say. Everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I think that's it. That's for the top 10 questions. A couple of them I didn't ask because they're kind of repeats of the previous ones. But I hope people got to know you, right?
Yeah.
Because
But there is one question that I actually studied for that you didn't ask me.
oh,
And that's one place that I wish more people knew about.
oh yes, yes. Hidden gem alert. What's one place that more people should know about? Yes.
Yeah. So the one place that more people should know about is, and I'm going to read my paper over here so I get it right,
Good.
is Mild Bay Rotary Park. Mild May Rotary Park is about an hour north and east of here. And what's special about it is that it has, I'll say, six faucets of running water from the north of Ontario. So North Ontario is known to have the best water in the world, believe it or not, the absolute best water. And this particular place has harnessed it from underground and has it running all year round. You can just go there and get the water. It's the best. It's the healthiest.
Really,
It's the unbelievable, right off the glacier, practically.
really.
Yeah, yeah. So More
Okay.
people should know about Mildmay Rotary Park. It's a great road trip.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mimi, from the Centurion Group, for joining me today. A pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.